You don't need to be a genius to be creative. You don't need talent. You don't need inspiration. You just need one thing, a system that works. Most people believe creativity is a gift, something you're either born with or you're not. But that's wrong. Creativity isn't magic. It's not about coming up with something out of thin air. It's about combining old things in new ways. That's the real secret. Let me show you how it works. Steve Jobs didn't invent the phone. He didn't invent the internet or the touchscreen. He just combined them and created the iPhone. Shakespeare, he reused plots from old stories. He borrowed, he refined, and now he's called a genius. Even Einstein built on ideas that already existed. He just saw connections that no one else did. So, how do you become creative? You stack ideas. That's the trick. It's called idea stacking. And here's how it works. Step 1. Absorb relentlessly. Read, watch, listen, expose yourself to everything. Books, podcasts, movies, conversations, ideas outside your field. The more input you have, the more your brain has to work with. But there's a catch. Absorbing isn't enough. You must create. Even if it's simple, even if it's messy. If you only consume and never make, you're not stacking anything. You're just scrolling. Step 2. Log interesting ideas. Anytime something catches your attention, write it down. It might be a quote, a strange fact, a strategy, an observation, anything. It doesn't need to be useful right away. It doesn't even have to make sense. Just capture it. The goal is to collect pieces, building blocks for later. Step 3. Connect the dots. This is where the magic happens. Take those ideas you wrote down. Now ask, what happens if I mix this with that? Can this concept solve that problem? That's how creativity works. That's how innovation is born. Look at James Dyson. He didn't invent vacuum cleaners or industrial cyclones, but he combined the two and created the first bagless vacuum. It wasn't a new invention. It was a new combination. Here's the best part. You don't have to wait for a great idea. You don't need inspiration to strike. Just keep stacking ideas and look for overlaps. Let's try one now. Say you want to start a podcast. Where do most podcasts happen? In a studio. Indoors? Safe? Boring. Now think about vlogs. Where do people film those? Outside, in the forest, in abandoned places. They feel raw, alive, different. Now combine the two. A podcast, outside, in nature, in ruins, on a mountain. That's something people don't expect. You didn't invent podcasts or trees, but by putting them together, you've made something original. That's the system. No talent needed, no genius moment. Just collecting, connecting, creating. Creativity is not about brilliance. It's about stacking what already exists in ways that no one else has tried. That's the formula. And now, it's yours.